Okay, so today we are reviewing the S.H.F Figure Arts Super Saiyan Son Goku. The games begin. As you can see right here, it also says dynamic movable shoulder system right there. Of course, the two stickers, Bandai. All these cool pictures on the back here, showing all these cool pictures. Masterfully crafted sculpt accurately depicts the character form in meticulous detail. A full array of interchangeable hands and face parts allow for expressive portrayal of the anime. Again, the dynamic movable shoulder system, simple style, heroic action. Of course, Son Goku, the games begin up there. Super action Bandai. I really hate this big sticker. I wish they wouldn't put that on there, but oh well, whatever. This figure is actually only like $30 including tax on Amazon right now in the United States. So, I mean, as of, I think today is May 20th. So as of May 20th, this guy is $30 on Amazon, which is a really good deal on this dude, considering he's usually $10 more than that. Again, $30 including tax. I think he's like 28 without tax. But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this guy open, and I will see y'all back in a second. Alright, and here we are. We're back with him open. So as you can see here in his tray of accessories, he comes with one screaming face, one grunting face with the side eye, a smiling face, and then one just angry face, yeah. And of course the other windswept hair sculpt in here, and then a set of instant transmission hands, a set of his fighting pose hands, a set of blast hands, and then another set of blast hands, except those are more widely opened. As well, he comes with a set of fist hands on the body. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this dude opened up. See if I can do this without flinging the accessories. Alright. Oh, one thing fell out. I'm going to try to keep that from happening. Okay. Alright. They're all falling. They all fell out. Okay. Well, that was a disaster, but, getting all of the accessories out of the way for right now, we can focus on the main figure. So, I have to say, the paintwork is very good. The hair sculpt, like, in real life, is a lot more, like, pale, almost golden brown yellow, and not this bright yellow you see through the camera. The camera does not do a very good job of capturing the colors on this guy, if I'm being honest. It kind of turns the brightness up a little bit. I really like the like, rubber shirt piece here. That's pretty cool. Much better than the old 3.0 Gohan that just had, like, this. This was all plastic. And it really kind of hindered the shoulders a lot. Oh, wow, crap. Okay. Wow. That is, wow. That is actually insanely good articulation on the shoulders. It really is dynamic movable shoulder system, isn't it? Alright. Then go ahead and peel the plastic out here. So, look at. So satisfying. Okay. That is a pretty big gap that it's exposing there, if I'm being honest. I'm not quite sure how I like, that's an even bigger gap, but that's fine, because, like, you're not going to be looking behind him like that, like, but that's a pretty big gap, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the big gap, but the camera really does not do this hair justice. Like, the hair looks much better in person than it does on camera. It really does not do it justice, if I'm being honest. Alright, but yeah, now getting into some of the articulation here. So his head can go left that far, right that far, maybe right that far, sure. He can move, or his head can, it's too buttery smooth, I can't move one part without moving at all. Okay, his head can go that far forward, ooh, that's a gap. His head can go that far forward, and that far back. It exposes a little gap in there, but it's not that big of a problem. You never see it anyway. Okay, and then, of course, shoulders can move that far. That's actually so good, though. Like, look at that. Wow, okay. For 30 bucks, huge steal, okay. And then, of course, he can go a little bit over 90 degrees on the elbows. Of course, same for the other side, a little bit over 90 degrees on that. And of course, he has the bicep swivel. Of course, the hands they have a little ball joint in there. And then, like I said, that far back, that far forward, that far back. Legs can go, again, a little bit over, whatever, 90. It's not 90, but you know what I mean. A little bit like that. That's pretty good. And the legs can go, just a little bit over 90 degrees. That's pretty good. I thought I wouldn't like the single jointed knees, but honestly, I'm not minding them. They might even be better than the double jointed of the 2.0s, if I'm being honest here. They go about like the same range, and they're not nearly as ugly. Okay, that's actually peak though. And this is like a whole new cut here. Look at that. I'm not 100% sure why you would ever need that, but it's there if you want it. And then of course another ball joint in the feet, toe bend, sure, toe bend. And man, like, this dude's joints are just buttery smooth. The only thing I don't like is that his legs, like, his legs just can't go back at all because of this flat butt piece back here. That's the one better thing about the 2.0s. I think the 2.0s had a better, like, leg section right up here, kind of, because this butt piece really just hinders any backwards movement. But anyway, and then he actually does not have drop down hips, which I think is pretty standard for S.H. Video Arts, if I remember correctly. It's pretty standard for them, so I'm fine with that. And then he can, okay. That just kind of slipped right out there. Okay, it just goes back in, so just don't push that too far. He can almost do the splits. And then yeah, of course he has a cut under this under that right there, so, and he can do a full 360 on the waist. Yeah, and like I said, this is rubber, so you'll get quite a bit of movement out of that. And of course this, okay, that's fine. I was going to show that next anyway. And of course you take off his faceplates like that. So you should stick the faceplates in there like that. And then this hairpiece, butterfingers, this hairpiece just goes right back on, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to try to get him to stand and look cool, at least. I'm going to try to get him to look cool. Let's see. Alright. I think that looks cool enough for our uses here. pulling up. Okay, time to look at some accessories. As you can see here, windswept hair. Of course, the front hairpiece just comes off like the other one did. This actually looks really cool. It kind of looks like a Super Saiyan 2 hairpiece, but not quite. You could probably pull off like a Super Saiyan 2 with this hairpiece if you really wanted. Maybe. I think the bangs might still be a little bit too big. You could try. I mean, if you wanted, you could try. I actually don't see any QC paint issues with this one. Or the other hairpiece for that matter, other than that little piece right there, which is kind of sucks, but whatever. Okay, stick him back there. Right, take a closer look at the faceplate. So as you can see here, this one, he's actually this one's pretty good. Pegs on the ears, that's new. But this is a really good headpiece on its faceplate, my bad. Really good faceplate. I like the smiling, like happy, mastered Super Saiyan nature of it. It's really cool looking. I do, of course, the sideburns here. It has really good detail, as you can see. And I mean, there's not really much to say about it. It's good looking. And then here is the Screaming head sculpt. I've always liked how S.H.F Video Arts does their Screaming head sculpts because they like indent it inside of the head sculpt. You can see it bulging out the back there. And so it gives it some depth, makes it look like really 3D, which is very cool in my opinion. You can see here very good detail on like above the eyebrows and the eyebrows themselves and under the eyes. Of course, inside the mouth, he has a tongue, but it's kind of hard to see. And of course his teeth and everything. Again, my favorite faceplate, probably out of this whole bunch that came with this figure, I think this is my favorite faceplate. Stick him back there too. Okay, and this one, bombastic side eye over here, he's pretty good. I don't know, I never know how I feel about the side eyes, because it means you can only have him side eyeing people, which, I mean, like, it's a preference. I don't personally like side eyes because I can just turn their head to look the direction I want, you know? I don't really need a side eye, but I mean, I guess it's cool. I mean, I can deal with it. It's really good. Other than the fact that it's a side eye, it's a really good faceplate. I still like it. It's really good. Okay. Stick you back there too. Try to straighten him up a little bit. Okay, now, there is a set of this hand right here, so right and left, kind of like a blast hand, so, I mean, it's pretty standard. I think we've seen this with Gohan. I think the 3.0 Gohan had this. The Ultimate Gohan from, oh, what's that? There we go, Superhero, Dragon Ball Superhero, that movie. So here are the other set of blast hands. So yeah, here we go. Another set of blast hands right here. You can see these ones have a wider palm than the ones before it. I always liked these ones better. I think they just fit more than these ones do. I like the open palm ones more, but I do not like the 2.0 open palms. Those are just very weird looking. I hate those. The 2.0 open palms genuinely suck. I don't know what S.H.F Video Arts were thinking with those. Okay, and then also, of course, he has a pair of the classic pose hands, which is nice. I love these. You need these in a Goku figure. If your Goku figure doesn't have these, then nothing will happen, but it kind of sucks, you know? Because then he can't do his Goku pose. So, I mean, oop, dropped it, Butterfingers. That's kind of all I have to say about that. I mean, you know. And then 2, which is interesting. He comes with 2 instant transmission hands, which is actually really nice, because usually whenever Goku figures come with these, it's usually just one of them. or it'll be like the Sand Raised on Earth, where it has one instant transmission, and then the other one is like a high, like this, like high, which is okay, but I just prefer two instant transmission hands. If I'm being honest, it just fits better. Okay, so move them back a little bit. Okay, so that makes 5 total sets of hands, including the ones that are on him, which is very good. 4 total faceplates, which is also very good. And then also an extra hair sculpt, which I like that they're doing that with the 3.0 figures. It's very nice of them, yeah. Very nice. So I'm going to take this guy. Let's see how easily his head comes off. Okay, wow. That was actually easy. Wow, okay. That was really easy. I didn't even have to put any pressure into that at all. Okay. That's cool. See how easily it goes on. No, come on, go on. Get it? Nope, I didn't get it. Okay. This is taking a little bit more pressure than I hoped it would. The spikies are spiking. There we go. I got it. The spikies were spiking into my hand there. Okay, so it just kind of goes. It wasn't as hard as I made it seem. I was just trying not to, like, whack anything, you know? I just really like to not mess everything up over here whenever I'm recording a video, so. Alright, this headpiece is not really going on the way I hoped it would. Okay. I really I didn't have to force it on there, but it's being difficult, that's for sure. Okay, I got it on there. It was being difficult, that's for sure. Okay. This might be even better than the standard head sculpt. It's again like a swept back look, so you know. You might be able to pull off like a Super Saiyan 2 with this, maybe. You could probably make it a Super Saiyan 2 if you really wanted to. I mean, again, they both have the same shade of yellow. Again, the camera does not do it justice. It is much better in person. It has like a palish, golden brown yellow. It's much better than the like bright yellow on camera. But yeah, this is very good. I like this. I like the one swept hair. I like how pointed it is. That's cool. Go ahead and change out one of his hands. Alright, so I guess we can go ahead and we can start getting into the ratings here, yeah? So, come on. That's one thing I always hated about the S.H. Figuarts, is that their interchangeable hands are very hard to interchange, my bad. Their hands are very hard to actually interchange, if you know what I mean. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I think... There we go. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good. That's one thing I like. So, I don't like, my bad. Also, okay, so this is actually I didn't even notice that before. This actually is a rubber piece. I just noticed that because that was like poking into that, okay. So also, this is a rubber. This whole butt piece right here is a rubber. It's squishy. That's good. That's good, because that'll stop it from breaking. The Ultimate Gohan, that old $35 release, the budget release, he did not have that. He had a plastic butt, which also did not help with the moving of the legs. So there's that. I still don't think this pose looks quite right yet. That's a little bit better. Okay, but we can go ahead and we can start getting into the ratings now. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Nope, out of the way. So, I think I would give the articulation probably a... I think the articulation is going to get a, I think we're going to give the articulation a 9.5 out of 10. Because, like, this articulation is just actually peak, though. Like, this dude will do a Kamehameha, no problem. Like, it's actually insane. Hold on, let me make him do a Kamehameha, yeah, but articulation, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10, yeah. Like, the articulation is just peak, 9.5 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but nothing is a 10 out of 10, you know. That's pretty much it. It's the only reason why he doesn't get a 10 out of 10. Nothing is 10 out of 10, okay? He can have a 9.5. But he can't have a 10 out of 10. Because nothing in life is a 10 out of 10. You know why I know that? No reason, I just do. I'm awesome, okay? Nothing in life is a 10 out of 10. Okay. I gotta kind of manipulate his hands here, okay, but yeah, articulation, 9 out of 10. Now that we're making him do a Kamehameha, I figure we can go ahead and we can do the accessories, yeah? The accessories, so he comes with... Yeah, he comes with a lot, actually. He comes with, what, 5 sets of hands, an extra head sculpt, Kamehameha! Yeah, 5 sets of hands, an extra head sculpt, 4 face plates, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 2 head sculpts, 5 sets of hands, which is all really good. So for the accessories, we're gonna give it an 8 out of 10. He could have more, like, come on. Tamashii Nations, you definitely could have given him, like, a Kamehameha effect, you know? Let's be honest there. A Kamehameha effect would be peak. I don't know why they didn't give him that. That would have made the articulation. The accessories just peak. So for accessories, 8 out of 10. Already gave my reasons. I feel like it could be bumped up a little bit, but come on, it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve it. Tamashii Nations doesn't deserve that. Okay. And then... Ooh, what are we gonna do next? I guess we'll rate the sculpt of the actual dude. So, the body sculpt... I think the body sculpt... We'll give the body sculpt, like... Ooh, I think we'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. Because the body sculpt is really good for like a buff Super Saiyan, but not much else. But not much else. Like, it wouldn't work for a base Goku or a Super Saiyan God Goku even. It would pretty much work for like all the Super Saiyan transformations and then Blue. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Maybe like an MUI from the Tournament of Power, maybe. But of course, you need to like make a whole new upper body mold for that. So, you know, we'll do an 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's a very good sculpt. It has a lot of detail. Which I guess this is technically part of the articulation, but the articulation blends in perfectly with the actual sculpt. Like you're just looking at that, like that could totally just be another fold in the fabric of the sculpt, but it's not. It is a knee joint. So, I mean, hey. And then, of course, like, it's pretty much almost, like, the rubber up here helps because you can kind of mold it and hide the articulation. So, really good sculpt on the body. Body sculpt, we'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Hair sculpts, however, the hair sculpts are basically perfect. I think the regular Super Saiyan hair sculpt gets a 9 out of 10 because, I mean, like, I couldn't really ask for a much better head sculpt, if I'm being honest. Like, it's just peak. We'll give the Super Saiyan head sculpt, regular Super Saiyan hair sculpt, a 9 out of 10. And the Windswept Super Saiyan hair sculpt, we're going to give a 9.5 out of 10. The Windswept look is so cool. Like, it's so peak. And you could maybe pull off a Super Saiyan 2 with it. maybe. Okay. I mean, like, maybe. But anyway, moving on to the next one, put this guy back here for right now. Now, taking into account all of the face sculpts, I think, well, of course we're rating the face sculpts here. I think all the face sculpts, I guess we'll rate each one separately. So this face sculpt, the side eye would be a 7 out of 10. I just really don't like the side eye. It's stupid in my opinion. Smiley face head sculpt, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. It just doesn't have very much detail, and it's a good head. It's a good face sculpt. That's about it. It's a good face sculpt. Now for the, I'm gonna take that off. For the normal, just like mad face sculpt, the mad face sculpt, I think he's going to go ahead and he's gonna get a 8.5 out of 10. I think 8.5 out of 10 is fair for him. I mean, it's just a classic angry head sculpt. I mean, I don't think we have seen it before, it's just because this is one of the first 3.0 Gokus, really. Because there's only been a couple 3.0s before this, anyway. I think, like, the only major 3.0 Goku besides, like, that Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think he was a 3.0 maybe, would have been, I don't know if he was a 3.0 actually. I think he might have been a 2.0. Either way, would have been the legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, that one, with his shirtless on Namek, that one. And I don't think he had these exact head sculpt, face sculpts, there we go. So yeah. And then the screaming face sculpt, let me see if I can get it off here. It might prove difficult. Okay, I got it. You just have to pull up from the bottom like that, and it comes right off. That's much easier. Okay, but anyway, 9.5 out of 10. Like, look at this. Like, just, need I say more? It's just peak. Okay. So I think that's really good. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move to some poses now. I'm gonna pose this dude up with, of course, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan Trunks, and the previous budget release of the Super Saiyan Full Powered Goku, the 2.0 version. So yeah, I'm gonna have all of the overall ratings on screen somewhere. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, check out the rest of my channel, and make sure to comment on this video, and yeah, I'll show you some poses, and then goodbye.